My name's Mary Drewnoski. I'm a beef systems specialist with the University of Nebraska. I go out and visit farmers and cattlemen and see their operation and try to help them answer specific questions they have, or they may be thinking about changing their system and really just want somebody to bounce ideas off of. Other days I am in the office trying to write extension material, so taking those questions that I do get and putting them into a format that others, so other producers out there, can actually use that information that I've gathered to help them make decisions. I also advise graduate students, and we do research, and so a lot of times the questions that I get asked we don't have answers to, which is probably one of the most fun parts of my job, because that allows me to actually go and ask those questions in a scientific manner, which means we want to look at how what we're doing affects the system as a whole in terms of the biology, but also in terms of the economics. A lot of what I do is actually do on-farm research, which is really kind of fun because the producers actually get to get involved in doing the research and finding the answers for themselves. So my graduate students help with that, as well as we do research at Mead, which is a UNL facility. In terms of issues that face the industry, well, as corn prices went up, we had a lot of land, particularly in the eastern part of the state, that was in pasture that got moved to cropland. And so it was plowed up and put into corn production. Well, as corn prices have come down, that land is not going back to pasture, but we still have a need for food for our cattle, particularly our cow-calf systems. And so one of the things that I got hired to do was to use this cropland and figure out how can we have corn production but also have forage production. One of the beautiful things about corn is that after corn is harvested and that grain is removed, there's still a really valuable feed resource. So a lot of what I look at right now is how does that corn residue, how can it be utilized? In terms of concerns for the industry as a whole, my major concern is actually the consumers' thoughts about the industry. I think at the moment the consumers are so separated from our industry, and they get a lot of negative information from individuals that are trying to sell differentiate a product, essentially. However they do that, they have to make the alternative look bad, and so that in particular means that any kind of conventional agriculture tends to be put in a negative light. And unfortunately what that means is the consumer then believes that that is true, and so I think that is our huge concern for me, and I think it should be a concern for all of our producers. And how do we go about addressing that, I think, is one of those things that I'm not sure we have a great answer for, but I feel like the university has the best ability to do that because we can come across as an unbiased source of information, and so I hope that the university will pick up that role. Why I love what I do? That one's actually pretty easy. Every day I get to help people, which is really fun. The other thing is I have a very curious nature, and so being able to actually be asked questions and realize that we don't know the answer is kind of fun for me because I get to try to figure it out. I like problem solving. And then every day I get to learn. Every day I experience something new, whether that be I go out to a farm and somebody shows me something they're doing and I would have never thought of it. That in and of itself is really fun.